Hello, welcome. My name's Adam to the Fighting Fantasy playlist. In this episode, we'll be talking about the BLACKSAND book. This one was written by Mark Gascoigne and Pete Tamlin again. The cover art the cover art on the outside was done by John Sibbick again, but this time the interior art was done by Russ Nicholson. And the interior art, I gotta tell you, if that shows up, it is awesome detail. That is just insane detail. Russ is obviously a very detail-heavy type of drawer because even the small little pictures have got loads of detail in them. You know, and the cover art as well is amazing. I mean, it's got these two massive ogres, and there's giant ogres, and they're attacking our adventurers again. And it's the same adventurers from Dungeoneer as well. And that's what this book is really. It's a follow-on from Dungeoneer. It's part 2. You know, Dungeoneer expanded from the Fighting Fantasy book and the series. It expanded how you build your character. This expands how you build your world. You know, how you make a town or a city and populate it with people. You know, it doesn't really concentrate on the character anymore, although it does have extensions from what Dungeoneer had said in its previous book. For instance, spells. It's got new skills, but it's also got spells in here. So, like, you know, if you want to be a priest, you've got a whole different set of spells if you're a priest. It really goes into a lot of detail about Port BLACKSAND as well, because obviously the name of the book is BLACKSAND, and it's not just BLACKSAND, it's BLACKSAND because it's got an exclamation mark. And it goes into detail about Port BLACKSAND, and the adventure itself is also set in Port BLACKSAND, and that is a great introductory. You know, if you're reading these books in some sort of sequential order, start with Fighting Fantasy, the Riddling Reaver, then go on to Dungeoneer, Port BLACKSAND, and then go on to the series of books. You'll enjoy them far much better. So I tell you what, we'll read the back of the book, and we'll see what it says. Sprawling like the corpse of some giant creature, Port BLACKSAND is a festering den of pirates and brigands. Unforeseen dangers lurk around every street corner and in every dark alleyway. Devious plots and crimes are hatched in every tavern. Thieves and assassins slip through the shadows. Ancient mysteries lurk in the cellars and sewers. But the infamous City of Thieves is also home to excitement and adventure beyond compare. Now, Advanced Fighting Fantasy allows you to enter the City of Thieves. As the game's director, you can guide your heroic friends through dozens of nerve-shattering adventures. Alternatively, as a courageous hero, you can seek your fortune in the city's labyrinth of thief-infested backstreets. BLACKSAND is the second volume in the Advanced Fighting Fantasy series, which started with Dungeoneer. Many new rules and adventures are included, expanding your games into the dangerous city-states of Alancia. So Alancia is a continent on the planet, the world that is called Titan, which we will actually go through in a future episode. And alongside Alancia, you've got the old world, and you've got Cool, and you've got Alancia. And BLACKSAND, this book, I tell you, again, if you're like a director or a writer, you're into creating stories, this is great because it's got loads of tables and reference charts that you can helps you to create. And when I was a teenager and I used to write a lot of stories, and I was coming and say if the story was set in a village, I would actually use this book to help me write the book that I was writing, because I obviously, you know, as a writer, I need to create this village. I need to create where all the shops are, who are the people inside of it. And I used to use this book to create all of that. So it really did help me a lot. It was released in 1990, and 1990 is when I got into Fighting Fantasy. That was when I first got into Dungeoneer, and so BLACKSAND was just coming out as well. I didn't see it when I first picked up Dungeoneer, so it must have just been releasing as I picked up Dungeoneer, because I read that for a while before actually, you know, I didn't actually find out about BLACKSAND until about 1993. So I had gone through a few of the books. BLACKSAND wasn't really available everywhere where when I was reading Dungeoneer, or even when I was trying to find BLACKSAND, I knew of its existence. I knew that there was a second follow-on, but I didn't really get to find it. I think because by 1993, by the time I found BLACKSAND, the series was dying out. It was going downhill, and that's why the third in the Advanced Fighting Fantasy series, which is called Alancia, is very hard to find. So I'm going to do a shout out for it now, because I don't actually currently own that one. It's probably one of the most sought after books in the series. If anybody has got a copy of it, please send it in, or even come in and you can feature in the video as well. And we'll be able to review it. These videos are designed for the fans. You know, these books aren't available to everybody. Some are really highly priced. I've paid 120 quid for one of these books. So not everybody can have all these books. This series is designed so everybody can see these books and see what's inside of them and enjoy them by knowing a little bit more about them. And that's all I want to do for this series. So if anybody's got a copy of Alancia that they don't really want anymore, or if they want to come feature on this, get in touch with me in the comment section below. We'll sort something out, and that's the next in this Advanced Fighting Fantasy series that we'll be looking at is Alancia. As always, take care, and I'll see you in the next episode, adventurers. Bye-bye.